At some point while he was there on scene, he engaged with the officers. We have obtained video showing part of the incident, and we are going to show you portions of it right now. Focus your attention on the man wearing a light blue shirt and a hat. He's in an altercation with several individuals, including Philadelphia police officers wearing dark-colored uniforms. Another individual in street clothes, whose identity is unknown to us, tries intervening, and that's when you see the man shove a Philadelphia police sergeant wearing a white shirt. This is when the situation escalates. As the man backs up, he aims a gun at the officers. What we aren't showing you is the moment he shoots the three officers, and when they return fire at the shooter, who eventually collapses on the sidewalk.
And we got to go over to Philadelphia, where we had 3 Philly cops who ended up being shot. And it looks like the man, of course, didn't want to be arrested.
With that breaking news, we are continuing to follow tonight. 3 Philadelphia police officers are in the hospital after they were shot while responding to a call. We are learning new information about the man who allegedly pulled his weapon on the officers. Thank you for joining us for NBC 10 News at 6. I'm Kelsey Kushner. It's a story you first saw last night on NBC 10 News at 11, where we brought you live images from the scene in Winfield. It all started around 10:30 last night as officers were responding to reports of a shooting. That's where surveillance video shows their encounter with the shooter near the scene at 54th and Arlington Streets. We have paused the video right before that shooting starts. We know 3 officers were shot. The department has not released their names just yet, but we know one is a sergeant while the other 2 are officers. One was shot in the face, another in the hip, and the third was shot in the leg. The shooter has been identified as Eric Franks by his family's attorney. We are told Franks was a 57-year-old retired Philadelphia firefighter and Marine veteran. He was shot and killed by police at the scene. We have team coverage tonight as we work to learn more about it.
What is a retired firefighter and a Marine, a firefighter and a Marine veteran doing shooting at the police? Let's keep going.
Exactly what happened last night. Andrew Rowan spoke with people who knew the suspect and those who live near the scene. But we begin with NBC 10's Brian Sheehan with the latest on the investigation from Penn Presbyterian Hospital, where those officers are being treated tonight. Brian, what are we learning?
Well, Mayor Sherrell Parker says it is by the grace of God that all 3 officers are in stable condition here at Penn Presbyterian Medical Center tonight. One is being treated for a gunshot wound to the leg. Another officer was shot in the arm, and the third was shot in the face. We want to play you part of the frantic call for help the officers made over police radio seconds after they took gunfire and fired back, killing the shooter.
Officer shot. Officer shot. You guys gotta get help now. Get off here.
And those calls came in around 10:45 last night near 54th and Arlington in West Philadelphia. City officials tell us the officers initially came to the area to investigate reports of a shooting. While they were there, they were approached by a man whose family tells us owns an event business on that block. They say he came to check to make sure everything was secure and the people at his business were safe after getting a call about a shooting there in that area. At some point while he was there on scene, he engaged with the officers. We have obtained video showing part of the incident, and we are going to show you portions of it right now. Focus your attention on the man wearing a light blue shirt and a hat. He's in an altercation with several individuals, including Philadelphia police officers wearing dark-colored uniforms. Another individual in street clothes, whose identity is unknown to us, tries intervening, and that's when you see the man shove a Philadelphia police sergeant wearing a white shirt. This is when the situation escalates. As the man backs up, he aims a gun at the officers. What we aren't showing you is the moment he shoots the 3 officers, and when they return fire at the shooter, who eventually collapses on the sidewalk. The video picks back up about 30 seconds later when you see the injured officer and sergeant taking cover behind a police vehicle as they call for help. Speaking outside Penn Presbyterian Medical Center early this morning, Police Commissioner Kevin Bethel explained how the shooter first interacted with his officers.
This is absolutely wild. So you mean to tell me he came up there, of course, because he's a business owner. He tried to come up there to look after his employees, look after, make sure his business is all right. What are you doing arguing with the officers? And then you push one of them? Oh my God. Some people are truly stupid. Now, I don't know what they said, but I feel like I've learned from a young age, never push an officer. But let's keep going into this.
There was an individual who came up and engaged them multiple times. Multiple times they asked that person to stand down. He continued to engage them. Around 10:46 p.m., they went to arrest the individual. During that process, he drew a weapon, and there would be an exchange of gunfire.
Now, it is unclear when those officers and that sergeant will be released. We do know the ages of the officers. One is 43, the other is 30. We are told the sergeant has been on the force for 8 years and is married and is a father of 4 children. We know that all of their family members are grateful that they are alive tonight. We are live outside of Penn Presbyterian Medical Center. I'm Brian.
It's crazy to think that he wasn't even the person. He wasn't even the reason they were down there. Everyone came down there, him included, to find out if everything was all right when a shooting happened. And then you end up getting in a shootout with the police who are trying to be there to keep everybody safe.
NBC 10 News.
All right, Brian, thank you. And as investigators work to figure out exactly what happened, NBC 10's Andrew Rowan spoke with the alleged shooter's family attorney, adding context to what unfolded last night. Andrew, what are you learning?
Kelsey, the family attorney, says Eric Franks operates a business here on 54th Street. You can see it there at the end of the block with the black awning. He said a birthday party was letting out when Franks got a call about a shooting. He said Franks came over to make sure the business was secure, but a friend said what happened after that in the street is uncharacteristic. Police are investigating what led up to this moment when a retired veteran firefighter shot 3 Philadelphia police officers in Winfield.
Eric Franks is a former Marine.
James Funt is an attorney representing the Franks family. He says the father of 2 was a business owner and a firearms instructor who had a permit to carry.
He had received a phone call that a shooting had occurred on that block. He arrived to make sure the business was secure, that the people that were at that event were safe, and then approached the police. What happened when he approached the police in order to see if everything was okay? I don't know. I wasn't there.
At a press conference early Sunday, Philadelphia Police Commissioner Kevin Bethel said officers had asked Frank to stand down before trying to arrest him. That's when they say Franks opened fire. The family is asking for a thorough investigation, including that the police preserve any video of the interaction.
Their loved one is being vilified on the news. They want to make sure that the police are safe. They don't want anyone to be hurt, but they want to make sure they find out the complete truth. We're just on a truth-finding mission.
I've known him so long, it just was a shock.
Randall Jefferson says he knew Frank since childhood through Cub Scouts and later his years as a firefighter.
It's out of the norm of his character. I don't know, I can't say what happened because I wasn't there.
Neighbors say what happened here is uncharacteristic. Naomi Jones is working to open a coffee shop just steps away.
I'm not going to allow one negative thing to deter me from what I'm trying to do here.
This is crazy. Now, no matter what they said, I don't know what they said to him to make him upset or why he wanted to shove someone in the first place. Because it looked like some kind of heated argument started to happen. But I've learned this from years of being on this world and just different videos of stuff like this. If an officer wants to arrest you, let them arrest you. I mean, I feel like, I don't know if that's a hard concept for some people to understand, but let them arrest you. If you feel like your rights are being violated, talk to your lawyer afterwards. Do not fight them, and you especially do not pull out a gun. I don't know what reason they could say for him needing to pull out a gun, but of course they're going to come up with one. But we'll have to wait and see. Let's keep going.
We did reach out to the Philadelphia Fire Department to learn more about Frank's career. They referred our questions back to the police department, citing an ongoing investigation. Live in the
Absolutely crazy, y'all. The world is truly a crazy place. Let's get over into the AI breakdown just to see if we can figure out anything else about this whole situation. Let's jump over into it. So as we know, 3 Philadelphia police officers are recovering after being shot and wounded late Saturday night, June 13th, during a violent confrontation in the city's Winfield neighborhood. The suspect, identified as 57-year-old retired Philadelphia police officer and Marine veteran Eric Franks, was shot and killed by the police at the scene. So officers initially responded to the intersection around 10:33 following reports of a vehicle struck by gunfire. While canvassing the areas, officers encountered Frank, who was not connected to the original shooting call. Investigators stated he became combative and shoved a police sergeant. I wonder why he became combative in the first place. Did they want to investigate him? Did they want him to relinquish his firearm? What was the reason that set him off? As officers attempted to detain him, city surveillance footage shows Frank breaking away, drawing a 9mm handgun, which he was licensed to carry, and opening fire. 4 officers returned fire, fatally striking Franks, who was later pronounced dead at the local hospital. Nearly 50 pieces of ballistic evidence were recovered from the scene. All 3 officers were rushed to Penn Presbyterian Hospital and expected to fully survive from their wounds. So we know that got the sergeant and the 2 officers, and then we got a 1-year rookie officer also returned fire during the shootout. The community remains under this shooting remains under active investigations by the Philadelphia Police Department. Neighbors and family members expressed severe shock over the incident, describing Frank as a well-known local business owner and a family man with no prior history. What made him become combative? Did they come at him and ask him? They might have came at him and asked him that, or started investigating him like he was a suspect. But even that, what are you doing shoving an officer and pulling your gun? World's a truly crazy place, y'all. What do y'all think about this situation? How do you feel about it? Tell me if you disagree with anything I said. This is a crazy situation. We have to wait and see exactly what happens, what the family does, because of course the family is upset about this. Will they try to sue the police department? And what will all fall out from there? But let me know your thoughts and let me know if you disagree with anything I said. The world is truly crazy, y'all.